Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where we make top 10 lists of the pointless things. Why are we flying by a pointless statue in Booty Bay? Because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin. 10. Number 10 are the barbecues at the Seeker's Vista in Stormsong Valley, and these were barbecues that I have never seen before. And mind you, I've been here for two other pointless top 10s, and I have quested in this area, and I have just, for some reason, just always glanced over these barbecues. And it looks like the Tortolan are grilling some fish and some sort of fruit, like a big pineapple or something, and then there's a, what is that thing? Is that a snail? There's no way they'd grill snails in front of the snails just playing around from Pointless Top 10 Snails. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't grill their family. Or would they? But yeah, the actual grill itself is pretty cool. You've got the wood fire, and then you got the big metal, it almost looks like a wheel or something you'd shut off a valve with, and then on top of that is the actual grill bowl and plate that they grill stuff on. So really unique grill. I've never seen a grill like this in World of Warcraft, so that's why the Seeker's Vista grill is number 10. 9. Number 9 is the Stonefang Outpost Barbecue, and the Stonefang Outpost is a Frostwolf Orcs outpost in central Frostfire Ridge. And I believe this is a cleft hoof on this barbecue, because you can see the back end, it's got a tail and legs, and then the front end, and you've got the head on the bottom grail, or grill, whatever you want to call it, of the barbecue. So this is a giant barbecue for grilling up this big cleft hoof thing. And they got a bucket of glaze, it appears. I don't know if that's glaze or fat or grease or something. They're using it for something with that big brush. I don't know how sanitary it is to just leave it on the rocks, but I mean, listen, it's orcs. What are you gonna do? Also, I just thought it was funny that there's this guy dragging around a body in the background. Like, I didn't expect to find that when looking for barbecues, but it's definitely happening. But as for the actual barbecue, it's pretty neat. Like, you got the two giant sticks holding up the big stick that they skewered the cleft hoof across, and then you got the big grill plate above the coals below. So, you know, very basic, but still looks pretty cool. So that's why the Stonefang Outpost Barbecue is number 9. 8. Number 8 is the Steamworks Sausage Grill, and I had to put this on the list because, I mean, you could literally have a barbecue anywhere with this thing. You can have a barbecue in Orgrimmar, you could have a barbecue in Tanaris, you could have a barbecue in Dalaran. I mean, you could have a barbecue anywhere you want, right? Just bring your friends, be like, yo, we're grilling some sausages, which the funny part here is, like, imagine just going into WoW and messaging all your friends, like, guys, meet me over here right now, this is important. And they're like, okay. And everybody meets you and you're like, what's up? Who's ready for the barbecue? And they're just like, wait, this is it? You brought us here for a sausage grill barbecue? And then if they're cool, they're like, awesome, let's do it. And if they're not cool, they're like, I'm out of here. So that's a great way to tell if your friends are cool or fake friends. But the grill itself is pretty cool. It's this little grill, you know, just like you'd find anywhere, one of those tiny grills. It's got a little smokestack thing on it. So you get this from Brewfest, which I always thought you were going to get it from the Midsummer Fire Festival, but I guess Brewfest would make more sense because that's like, you know, sausages and beer and all that. So if you want one of these, get it at Brewfest. And that's why it's number 8. 7. Number 7 is the barbecues happening at the Half Hill Market. And Half Hill Market has Cole Ironpaw, who is the master of the grill, as per his title. So if somebody's a master of the grill, obviously they have to be on the barbecue list. But this place actually has some phenomenal food everywhere. You've got peppers, you got meat, you got eggs, you got garlic, you got cabbage, you got carrots. They got a whole bunch of stuff. They also have some really fancy barbecue grills. Like, they're built into this big table, which is really cool. Although the grill master doesn't need that. He's just got his own fire over there ready to grill up on his own. Like, he knows what he's doing. So I think I'm going to trust him the most out of everybody here. Also, Lore Walker Cho is here, and he's like, it's good to enjoy the fruits of the earth, but not to excess. But all he's doing is eating. He's just eating nonstop, just staying in here chowing down. So that's why the Half Hill Market barbecues are number 7. 6. Number 6 are the barbecues located in the Filthy Animal, which is the Horde Inn in Dalaran. And I put these on the list because I thought this was unique to barbecues being on the inside instead of outside, kind of like Korean barbecue, or I guess there's like a big bowl in the center, so it's more like a hot pot type thing. And there's also the big plain strider being cooked up over the fire in the background, so that's kind of like a barbecue as well. But I really love how all the food looks on the tables. Like, you got sausages and ribs and steaks. Like, it's just a bunch of meat on every table. And then I don't know if you put the meat into the boiling water, or maybe the water's like soup or something. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's like a hot pot or if it is just an actual soup or whatever it is. But one thing's for sure, and that's that it's pretty cool. So that's why the Filthy Animal barbecues are number 6. 5. Number 5 are the Goblin barbecues, and I specifically picked this one place in Azshara where this goblin has an entire restaurant where he pretty much is barbecuing everything. And the goblin cooking here is named Joey Ray, and apparently Joey Ray's bar is the place where Jim Raynor controls his army on the first 4 missions in StarCraft 2, so a little Blizzard reference there. And Joey Ray is grilling up some burgers, he's grilling up a fish sandwich, which I don't know how cooked that fish is, but I don't think I would eat it. It also looks like he's grilling up some corn, and then he's also got a crab or lobster. Something's trying to get out of that pot, and it's still alive. But I really love the Goblin grill. Like, it's this big engineered grill with these coils on the side that are sparking up, and then I imagine this is an electric grill because there's no flame that I can see. And then just a fantastic design choice with the banana wallpaper, even though he's cooking with 0 bananas that we know of, and it really just, it brings the room together. It really adds a vibe to here, so that's why the Goblin barbecue and Joey Ray are number 5. 4. Number 4 is the Taste of Zandalar barbecues, and the Taste of Zandalar is this big open kitchen located at the Grand Bazaar in Dazar Lore. And I put this place on Pointless Top 10 food on tables, but I knew I had to bring it back for barbecues because it's just too good, right? You've got these big slabs of meat cooking over the grill. You have this big dinosaur leg that's getting barbecued back there. It looks like they also have a bunch of dinosaur tails that are being grilled up, and then they have a big egg that's just being fried over a fire. Like, I love this place. And I know I've said unique probably like 20 times this episode, but this is a truly unique barbecue because not often do you find a dinosaur barbecue, and not like a themed dinosaur barbecue. Like, we're grilling up dinosaurs. Like, this is kind of insane when you think about it. And I know there's gonna be somebody that's like, oh, technically a chicken is a dinosaur, so we actually do have dinosaur barbecues because you grill up chicken. Shut up. You know what I mean. And that's why the Taste of Zandalar barbecue is number 4. 3. Number 3 are the Etten barbecues located in Sprucewood in the Stormsong Valley. And I almost put these at number 1 because that's how much I love these barbecues. But I was like, you know what? Number 3 is pretty good. But I love that the Ettens have literally just picked up giant branches or trees and just stuck them into the ground and like formed a little fire thing. And they just like stab food into it. They're just like, stab the fish into the tree, and they just like stab it over and just jam it into the ground, and then they just cook it over a big fire. Like, I think that's so cool. You can also see in the background there's that big Etten carrying a goat back to the camp, so I don't know how they're gonna cook that goat, but I would love to see how. And then there's this Etten that looks like he's trying to channel some spell over the meat, or I don't know if he's like warming his hand. He's doing something that looks kind of weird, but he's having a good time. I'd say the biggest downside to this barbecue is you never know if you're gonna get hit by a rock. Like, they're just up top lobbing rocks everywhere. So you might be grilling up your food and then boom, you get concussed. Who knows? But that's why the Etten barbecues are number 3. 2. Number 2 are the Marakai centaurs in the Onaran Plains, and these centaurs know how to barbecue, man. Like, they got numerous fire pits set up with barbecue stuff. They have like different styles of barbecues all over the place. They got tables with spices and meats. Like, I forgot this place existed until I flew by here and I was like, oh my God, I almost missed this barbecue area. Like, they've got so much food that they're grilling up outside. This is maybe one of the biggest barbecues in World of Warcraft. Like, this is just a giant barbecue area, and the centaurs are just, they look like they're passionate about it too, right? Like, they're really getting into it. There's also a bird that just flies over like he's about to start eating. I don't know if he's supposed to be here or not. But yeah, if I had to pick one barbecue to go to, I think I might pick this one because it seems like they're gonna have the most variety. They have a bunch of spices and seasonings. Like, it seems like they're just gonna make the best tasting barbecue with the biggest variety. So that's why the Marakai Centaur barbecue is number 2. 1. And number 1 is the Good Grub Smoking Pit. And the Good Grub Smoking Pit's located in northeastern Winter Spring. And I know I've been saying it the whole time, but this is really one of the most unique things in World of Warcraft. Like, it is this giant tornado fire that is built into the ground like a fire pit, and then it has this big tower thing that goes all the way up where they're just smoking a bunch of different meats. And they even got hooks where you can hook the meat onto it if you want it closer to the fire. It's pretty insane. But the other insane thing are the people here, starting with the Goblin Girl, because her name is Barbie Cute Saz, so it's supposed to be like barbecue sauce. I thought it was something else when I first glanced at it, and I was like, what? And then we have Jeb Guthrie, who says, I've been eating owls my whole life. Owls is good eating, and my friend Jez agrees. And speaking of Jez, he says, hey, make sure not to walk into that smoker. The last unfortunate night elf to do that didn't survive the heat. That poor, delicious night elf. It also replaces whatever race you are to, you know, if you're like a Tauren, he's like, the Tauren walked in, that poor delicious Tauren. It depends whatever you are. And then there's Francis Morcott, who says, have you ever had the luxury of trying bear meat? I never had the chance to try it in Gilneas, but the bears here are simply exquisite. So yeah, this is an odd place with some odd people, but a really cool smoker, and that's why they're number 1. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of Pointless Top 10. If you want more Top 10s, you can go check out Pointless Top 10 Food on Tables. That relates to this pretty well. And you go check out Pointless Top 10 Dinosaurs, since I talked about dinosaurs earlier in the video. Also, consider supporting the channel over on patreon.com/Crendor or by becoming a channel member. Okay? Okay. See ya.